Welcome back. Let's continue from our previous video to talk about a more advanced workflow in Git and GitHub. Now, up to this point, both Marcy and I have just been working on over here, branch master. What does that mean? Well, it says branches, but I only see master here. And you might have noticed one issue with the way that we were doing things. That is, if it's my first day on the job and I just changed the title, but maybe we didn't even want that change. Maybe that breaks our branding or breaks our app. But I was able to do it so easily to change it into master. Maybe Marcy didn't even know that I've added that change. And that's a big problem, right? You don't want to put things into what we call production, into what the user sees, if it's going to break our website. If you're a big company like Facebook, that could mean millions of dollars in lost revenue, even if you have a bug that lasts a few hours. So I'm going to show you a more realistic workflow that you'll have, and that is with branching. Let me show you what I mean. I have over here a visual of what Git is really good at. Up until now, we've been working on what we call master. That is the master branch. Think of the master branch as the authority. This is the right way that our app or our website should look. And up until now, when I added the cool background title, well, I went from background generator to cool generator. And then when Marcy changed it to capitalized letters, then we went to here. And we just went in a linear fashion from one end to the other, to the other, to the other. But like I said, that is a bit of a problem. So a better thing to do is what we call branching. If I wanted to change the title, I will create a branch and just call it little feature, for example. And I just work on that branch on my own without affecting the master branch, what the user sees. And only when it's finished, when Marcy has reviewed it, when we have tested it and everybody on the team's okay, then we bring it back into master. And you can see over here with the big feature, you can keep going for a long time on your own branch. And only when you're done, do what we call merge into master. I'm going to show you how that works today. I'm going to close this and remember our example. We have Marcy's computer here with all the files, and we have my computer here with all the files. We both have our workstation set up. And now you see what master in my terminal means. And I'll show you in the notes afterwards how you can have this set up so it tells you what branch you're on. But we can see that we're both on master. That's my computer. And Marcy's computer is also on master. We want to make sure that we're both up to date with the latest GitHub. So Marcy's going to do git pull, and I'm also going to do git pull. And let's say that I'm now working on a new feature. And because it's a better workflow not to work on master, and this is a good tip generally, don't work on master, always branch off. If I do git branch, it'll show me that, well, I only have one branch, and that is master. But we can add to it. We can say git branch new or little feature. And now if I do git branch, I see that I have little feature, but master is highlighted because I'm currently on master. So the way I would go to the little feature branch, I'll say git checkout little feature. And there you go, switch to branch little feature. And now I'm on little feature branch. So what I've done is I've branched off of master and now created little feature. Let's create a bit of a change. I'm going to say in the little feature, we're going to change the current CSS background title to say, this is the background. I'm going to save here. And again, I do my simple workflow that we did in the last video. Git status. I see that, yep, we have the index.html change. I'm going to clear so we can see. So now that we've made this change, let's do git add And again, just git status to make sure everything went through. Yeah, we're ready to commit index.html. So we'll do git commit. Message will be changing text. Perfect. Let's clear that. And now, again, in order to let GitHub know of the changes, we need to do git push. So we'll do git push. All right. Let's go to GitHub and see what happened. We see that now we have this yellow bar that just showed up and says you recently pushed branches. So if I click on this green button here, compare pull request, it shows me what changes I have, which is I've changed the title. And here I can let Marcy know, saying, Marcy, I've changed the text. What do you think? And I click on create pull request. And now I have my PR. And you see here how it says merge pull request. Well, if we go back to our diagram, I've created this little feature. And now I'm saying, hey, Marcy, I've just done this new change. What do you think? Is it okay for me to merge it into master? And what will happen here most likely is Marcy will come, see this pull request. You can see that we're on the pull request tabs. So she'll be able to see them and seeing, oh, Andre just did this change. She'll look through the changes and she'll say, well, if she likes this, she could be like, looks good. She can click on start a review. And you know what? She likes this, so she's just going to approve. Now, Marcy or myself, usually you don't want to merge your own pull request. Somebody on the team does it. Can now just say merge pull request. Confirm merge. And there you go. Some teams like deleting the branch afterwards, so you can just click delete here. If I go back to the code, well, I don't have the branches anymore because I just deleted it. But in my master, if I go to index.html, I see this is the background. So now Marcy can go to her project and say git pull. And again, she has the latest update. Now let's talk about some conflicts that can arise. Now let's say Marcy wants to change something, and I also change the same thing, and we get a merge conflict. Let's see what happens. So let's say Marcy wants to create a new feature saying, we'll call this one big feature. And she'll say git checkout or git branch big feature. She'll say git checkout big feature. And if I do git branch, we see that, yep, there's a new branch here. Let's clear that. And she'll say here that she wants to change this back to background color or background generator because all the users are complaining that the title changed and they like the old title. So she's changed that. She has done the git add, git commit, reverting back to old title. Perfect. And then she's going to do git push. Oh, let's clear that first actually. And we do git push. The first time you get this, you might get this error saying that there's no upstream. You just copy the code that they give you here. Perfect. Now if I go back to background generator, I see the big feature pull request over here. And just to show you that you can have multiple commits, let's say Marcy decides to, oh, this is me. Marcy decides to add an exclamation point here. She can just say again, she saves this. That's clear. She'll say git add, git commit. You do this a lot, so you'll get really, really good at Git after working at a company for a while. And she'll say added exclamation. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Git commit. Commit. Added exclamation, and she'll do git push again. And let's go back to GitHub. If we look at the pull request, it'll actually have both of these, reverting back to old title and added exclamation. And we see over here both of the changes. Create the pull request, needs changes, Andre. So while this pull request is out there, I decided to start a new branch called, let's just call it conflict for now. And I'll do git checkout conflict. And now in the conflict branch, I decide to change this to just completely remove the cool generator. I save that. Again, I check my status and index.html file has been changed. So while this is happening, I get Marcy to merge the pull request. So she's entered it into master. Her pull request is in. And now if I go back to my conflict and I do git status, and we have to add these, so git add, then git commit. I'll just do a short message here, just check. And now, if I go back to master, I have to do git checkout master. Again, before I push my changes, I want to make sure that I have the latest version of master, so I'm not changing anything, or I won't have any conflicts. So I'll do git pull to get the latest. And now I go to git checkout conflict branch. And I can do this command, git merge master. So I'm saying merge whatever is in master into conflict. Marcy has been working on the big feature and she's merged it. So now master has the big feature branch. But I've also created another branch and I've been working on my own on the conflict branch. And the conflict branch doesn't know anything about master. So I'm saying, hey, whatever is in master right now, which includes the big feature that Marcy worked on, pull it in and make sure that there's no conflicts. So I do that, and I get conflict, merge conflict in index.html file. Now, if I actually click on Sublime Text, let me open this up so you can see it better. Oh boy, I get this weird little syntax. It's overwhelming at first, but it's easy to see what's happening. Head is where my branch is at, and it shows me that here to the end, I don't have the H1 anymore, but in the master branch, we have background generator. Now I can talk to Marcy and say, hey, Marcy, do you want to keep the background generator title? And she'll say, yes, that was the right thing to do. Don't change the background. Well, in that case, I just remove these lines and remove this and save now. If I do git status now, okay, we have the modified status here. Let me just make this smaller again so you can see. So let me clear this. What we do now is we have to do git add, again, because we made those changes. And we have to do git commit, fixing merge issue. And I forgot the M. Let's try that again. M, conflict, fixing, merge issue. Let's clear here and do git status. Nothing to commit, working tree clean. And if I do git push, well, again, I get this error, but I want to show you this time around. If I do git push origin conflict, it now works. Let's go back to GitHub. See what sort of things we have. We have the conflict branch. And if we look at the conflict branch now, well, there's nothing changed because, well, I just reverted all my changes, so it's completely empty. There's no changes now, so Marcy would be like, hey, did you mean to make this PR? It's empty. So I'll see this message on my PR, and I can keep going. And that's pretty much the workflow that you'll see in Git. I'll leave the commands for you after this, but you see it's very, very nice to work with. You learn a few commands, and as long as you have this visual model of every time you're working on something, you always create a branch, you title it with whatever feature you're working on, and every once in a while, you want to pull master and merge master into your branch to make sure that you're not missing out on any updates that other developers or teammates have done. Once you're done with your feature, you make a pull request by doing git push, and that pull request, you'll add comments and people will review your file changes. And if they want you to make a few changes, then you can do again git add, git commit, finally make your changes, and then you can merge pull request. And once that's done, then everybody else on the team, there's now a new master, so everybody else on the team should do git pull as well. It does take a bit of time to get used to, but is a really, really nice workflow to make sure that everybody on the team works on the same files, same projects, without causing any errors and making sure that everybody collaborates well. And that's it. Hope you found this useful. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.